There is a huge problem online right now, and it's a lack of trust in the eyes of the consumer. If you're a mortgage advisor, financial advisor, or business owner, and you're not producing content that is real, is authentic, is video, is even in long form, then you're not going to be building enough trust with your ideal clients. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we held our quarterly battle plan event. Every March, every July, every November, we get all of our clients together and we review not just the past 90 days, but we lay the strategy and the foundation for the next 90 days. Renewing your energy every 12 weeks is fundamentally key to your business growth, your time, your freedom, and your autonomy over what you do and when you do it. So this is a clip that my team have chosen from the first session that I delivered, all about building trust equity. You need to imagine that in the mind of your potential lead or prospect, there is a sand timer, and that sand timer only accumulates when they see your content. If all you're producing is short form, and Google says it takes 7 hours to build trust with your prospect, they've got to see a hell of a lot of short form videos in order to be able to build up 7 hours worth of content. The sooner, the faster, the quicker you can build trust through content, through nurture, through video, it's going to change your business game. This is now a non-negotiable in business growth and business development. So before I ruin it and spoil it and say any more, let's go and watch the live excerpt from our battle plan event with me speaking on stage to a room of the top 1% mortgage and financial advisors that are building businesses differently through our support, our coaching, and our consulting inside Systemize and Scale. Let's go. I want to talk to you about building trust. If we can start talking about assets and we can start attracting the right audience, it's going to make our sales so much easier. You know, content creation is one way, but if we can make an asset bring us leads and clients, it's going to make it so much easier to build businesses that are able to scale much quicker. So, big thing is trust is at an all-time low. Why do I want to talk to you about building trust equity and what is trust equity? Well, we are in a huge market deficit right now, whether it's due to AI or whether it's just the world in general. Content creators are now 22 years old. You know, property people have read one book and calling themselves an absolute elite expert. Someone's bought one property and coming out and trying to teach others how to do it. You know, one person's lost weight once and now is all of a sudden an elite fat loss coach. It's like the world is full of it. So there is a huge deficit, and AI isn't helping that. It's not making life any easier. You know, the authenticity is something I'm just such a huge fan of. And you can either be highly edited and highly polished, or you can be highly authentic. And I think picking either end is the skill in a lot of things. Getting in the middle is just where you're lost in a sea of noise and a sea of vanilla. So knowing what you are, what you're standing for, what you're standing against is fundamentally key to that trust with the audience. And then having consistency in relation to that. So we want to start building more trust as much as we possibly can. And people don't buy mortgages or the product or service that you're selling. People buy from people. People like you will buy from you. We are in the personal brand era more than ever now, and AI is shifting that hugely. But you being the front and center of your brand, I still stand by, is the one big thing that's going to make a huge amount of difference. So if we can focus on buying you, your values, your beliefs, what you stand for, what you stand against, your key stories, it's going to build trust with the clients that you want to attract. And there's too many options. One of the big things I think is going on right now is people just don't understand. We're going to AI and we're asking questions, but it doesn't get away from the fact that there's three options. There's you, there's a broker, there's a bank, there's an estate agent. You know, there's different opportunities. Wherever we're going, what makes you different? Why would somebody use you over somebody else? How can you differentiate yourself in the market? And most clients don't know the difference. They don't know the difference between products that you potentially offer. You know, why would I invest in this over investing in that? Why would I take that insurance over taking that? Why would I go with you over somebody else? So I think communicating that is such a key piece. Who's read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why? yeah, or seen it, or seen the YouTube video or the TED Talk or something along those kind of lines. Like this stuff's been around for ages, but I think it's more important now than ever to build trust with the right audience. So let's have a little play. What sets you apart from everybody else? Again, you should find a nice little white page next to it or after it. When people are utilizing you, what is setting you apart from the person sitting next to you, from the other business that's down the high street, from that estate agent that's at the top of the high street stealing all your clients? Why you? And if you can't articulate this, it might be part of the reason why we're not getting the leads or the appointments that we want. And let's think beyond a 5-star service. Oh, I saw the smirks come up then, so I know who wrote 5-star service. Can we think beyond 20 years experience? Well, that experience does matter, I think. What about a why? Why'd you do it? Maybe there's a personal story in there. Can I ask you all to be brutally honest with me? If money was no object, and you woke up tomorrow, and literally money was no object, would you still be doing what you're doing tomorrow, right now? Raise your hands if you would still be doing it tomorrow. You would still do it even if money was no object. Okay, cool. So there's a few of you in the room. But can we all be honest? We're doing this to make some fucking money, right? You've got mortgages, you've got kids, I've stupidly got 4 of them. Holidays, lifestyle, pensions, investing, playing golf. You know, the conversation in our group yesterday was I'd like to be able to do this a little bit more often. Whilst I love helping clients, seeing the results that they get, everything else, no one's going to do it for free. So we have to be honest with ourselves that there is a money driver behind every single one of us in this room, and we need to put attention and energy towards that as well. So we need to bring that and focus on that as part of what we're doing in all our endeavors and in all our businesses. You won't work for free, I know you well enough. So there's 2 sides to this conversation and this question as well, because I would still do this if money was no object, without a shadow of a doubt, because I love it. But on the other side of the coin, if you wouldn't do this and money was no object tomorrow, then what do you really want to do? Because whatever that thing is, utilize the business as a vehicle that's going to help you to get there, and then build the team and the business that creates that time to be able to do that thing that might make you the money or that you want to enjoy or you want to invest in. You know, business, marketing, lead generation, content, it's all just a vehicle to get one step closer to the thing that we fundamentally want. How we talk about that, how we position that, how we build trust into that is just a key part of the journey. You know, I think it's being transparent with our clients, and equally understanding and valuing that within the service that we provide, within the fees that we charge, within the advice that we give. You know, no bullshit. This is why we're doing it. This is what the outcomes you're going to get as a result of working. You know, it's your life, your livelihood. This is what we're helping you to achieve. So I think this equally factors in to the trust that we build with our audience. So there's only 4 questions that generally people are answering, and we've all done it in our own circumstances. In terms of doing this, there is a choice. You know, it has to be taken on. Clients are going to choose you. They're going to pick you over somebody else. And they've only got 4 things they like. Do I like you? Do I want to go on another date with you? Do I want to do this transaction with you? You know, do you understand me? Do you understand my beliefs, my values, my behaviours, what I want from my future? You know, it's all the stuff that we've done in our own circumstances. You know, have they helped people like me before? Maybe we don't ask that one in a sense, but have we helped people like this before? Proof of concept, social proof is absolutely key to the trust that you build with clients. And can they really get me the better deal? Get me the best solution? Get me the best possible outcome? So if you can answer these 4 questions in your assets, you're going to build more trust with your audience. So I hope you enjoyed that. If that resonated in any way, shape or form, and if you're a mortgage, financial advisor, even an accountant, we've got 2 of them currently working with us, that is doing 10, 20, 30, even 100 grand per month. If you want to build a business based on assets, if you want to accumulate more trust equity with your clients faster, that is exactly what we help you to do inside Systemize and Scale. You can comment the word gym below, or you can go across to my Instagram and send me a DM with the word gym, and I will know that you've come from YouTube, and we can start a conversation about helping you to build a better business, to double your revenue and your freedom. But I would love to also know what your feedback, your thoughts, and your comments are in the comments of this video and episode as well. So thanks very much indeed for being a fan, a follower, watching this video. I hope you tune in to next week's, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get notified of each and every single one of our videos. Catch you next week.